beneath your current position. Find a way down there, but proceed with caution.
What's up agents, Patrick Wolf here, welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be a very special one. This is going to be a PvP and PvE build. I use this in PvE more often, but you can use it in PvP. This is going to be a DPS healer hybrid. It's very strong for solo players. You can run through heroic missions, literally running around in circles and not die at all, whilst killing a heroic NPC in one magazine. I think it's the right way to run a hybrid, especially in the current state of the game in TU10. So let's go over the actual specialization before we get into the gear pieces, and I will explain how this build works. Technician is very important. You need to use Technician for this sort of build. Remember, I'm going to be using assault rifles and marksman rifles. Whatever you want to use, go for that damage wise with regards to what kind of weapon archetype you want to use. So it's very important that we put this right here onto enhanced diagnostics, passive talent for plus 10% skill healing. Don't forget to move it away because this is overclock CPU. You don't want skill damage, you want some healing. That's another 10% skill healing. Also, we get one skill tier. This is very important. And because we're not going to go full DPS, it does actually help that we deal more damage to drones and skill proxies and the robot dogs. Another thing as well, we get 15% bonus armor while aiming a skill, which isn't going to help us too much. But this is actually the most important thing on the specialization. Faraday field. We are going to be sticking to our hive, our healing hive, which will actually make us immune to disruption and shock, which is very good, especially in PvP. You cannot be shocked or disrupted, which is interesting, so you can keep your heals and you don't have to worry. You can quickly drop your other skill without having to worry about that because we don't have hazard protection. So make sure you use this, and hopefully you understand what I mean when we use it. The +1 skill tier even on its own is really good. Let's go over the actual pieces themselves and the gear. So this is the build. It's going to be very squishy, but let me tell you now, you can tank more damage than any other tank build in this game. Why? Because obviously you saw the footage. Now what I've focused on doing is we're getting 20% armor over 10 seconds just with the gun talent. We are utilizing the 2-piece future initiative because it gives us more than other brand sets. It's 30% for the 2, and then we can roll 20% on each piece. So the 1 piece alone is really high. So make sure you utilize those two. Kinetic momentum is going to actually boost our assault turret drone and our healer hive while those skills are active. The turret will be getting about a 15% increase, and the actual healing hive will be giving us a 30% increase, which is massive and it's very important. Companion, because we're going to be utilizing Faraday field, we're going to drop our hive wherever we are, so we are immune to disruption, so don't worry about that, and we will be getting 15% more damage, which is important because we don't have all reds. This is a 3 yellow, 3 red. I feel like it's the perfect combination. Also, the Grupo Summer chest piece gives us a mod. I'll go over everything in detail, but I just wanted to go over everything as a whole. So you want to be running, dropping your hive down wherever you are, so you get companion, and your turret will actually distract the NPCs, and you'll be able to do a lot of damage because of companion and the amount of crit that we do have on this build, which is really good. This is nowhere near min-max as well. So hopefully you get the explanation. You can heal yourself and dish out massive amounts of damage. You'll never die if you use this, and the hive did get buffed, which means that you can heal yourself very efficiently. Okay, so let's go over the actual gun. So I like the G36. I've gone for damage to armor because we want as much damage as we can get. You can use whatever gun you want, but I recommend this one right here. Preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve that repair by an additional 10%. So it's 20% over 5 seconds, sorry, which is very, very nice. It just increases the healing. It's not overkill because, trust me, you need it, especially if you're playing solo. I use the secondary, the custom M44, because look at these beautiful rolls. It's all god roll. It's perfect. It cannot be better than this. Then future perfect. Weapon kills grant +1 skill tier. Now remember, we only have skill tier 4, which is perfect, so we can actually get up to you know, the max skill tier, which is very important as well, especially if you want to play more carefully. That's the thing as well. You can rush with the G36 and actually strafe like it's nothing, like it's just normal difficulty on heroic. Destroy NPCs whilst just constantly getting healed. It's such a fun build. It's really, really good. And this also can make it even stronger, especially with your turret. Your turret will be able to dish out a lot of damage in conjunction with the kinetic momentum, which I'm going to explain now. So use whatever you want on your pistol. Now when you're modding, go for crit chance, crit damage, and plus 20% mag. That's what you want to go for. Have a look over here. I'll go over it if you guys want to see. I want to get as much crit chance as I can. Make sure to get the sturdy extended 5.56 mag. It's very good, plus 20 rounds. Just go farm control point. You should be able to obtain it. Let's go over the pieces now. Alright, so I have used 2-piece future initiative, which is interesting. You might be wondering, well, I know what people are going to be thinking. Why don't you use normal gear brand sets? You can get crit, you can get skill damage and skill haste, whatever. I wanted to incorporate this because it's very important to try and get the most out of as little pieces as possible. So let me quickly give you a summary. Forget skill haste, forget skill damage. You don't need those things. You don't need to stack that. We are stacking weapon damage, okay, and repair skills or incoming repairs. I'll explain that when we get to the knee pads, incoming repair part. So I don't really care about too much skill damage because kinetic momentum is going to be giving it to me, and the drone dishes out damage, but ideally I want to finish them off with my gun. So you need to understand that that is why I don't use the yellows. People always tell me this, that. On paper is not always as good as in practice, and I cannot stress that enough. So if you look at this, okay, so I have used 2-piece future initiative, which gives me 30% repair skills plus 20, that's 50, plus the holster, which is 70, okay. 2-piece Murakami, I've actually got Murakami here. So it's 70% for the gear set. This, the 2-piece, gives me 20%. So we will only be able to have 60 as opposed to 70. So the future initiative has 10% more repair skills, which is quite good, but it's not amazing. Now you could potentially say, hey, well, skill haste and repair. You don't need skill haste. The hive has been buffed and it is good enough, and I don't really care too much about my drone dishing out huge damage. It's nice because kinetic momentum gives me kind of like a balance, so I'd rather go for the more repair skills. So hopefully you guys understand that, because I know a lot of people, they like to look at numbers on a sheet of paper and not actually test it for themselves. So this works for me. So that's why, and I also wanted to incorporate the new gear set as well, because I know a lot of people are excited by it. So that's the reason why I put it in, but I'm aware, guys, of the differences and the possible shortcomings of it, even though I get more repair skills. So let's go over this now. So future initiative, obviously the 2 pieces repair skills, roll repair skills on everything. We are not healing our teammates, so you don't have to put skill duration on. I put repair skills on everything because, funny enough, it doesn't like it fully heals you, but sometimes it doesn't. It's quite interesting the way it works. Kinetic momentum, you really do need as much as you possibly can, especially if you want to run it with your teammates. You know, this is not just a solo build, so if your teammates are with you, they're also going to benefit a lot from this. So I'm sure you understand what I mean by the future initiative set. Let's go over the Grupo Summer chess piece, which is really good. The only problem is I only have about 49%, 50% crit chance. Now, if I max out my gear pieces, I will obtain 60%, and this gives me 15% crit damage, which is very nice. And it's one of the best chess pieces I have. There might be possible other options, but this, in my opinion, is the best. Because as you guys could see, kinetic momentum is amazing. I've got weapon damage, repair skills on mine. It's a bit of a shame that the crit chance isn't higher. Obviously, they get the nice crit damage, but kinetic momentum is so good. When you throw your hive down and you throw your drone out, the drone will be getting 15% damage and your hive will be getting 30% skill repair. It's really, really good. Very, very strong. So make sure you guys utilize this. It's absolutely incredible. I love this talent. This is the perfect way to use it. It doesn't work too well with exposable skills like Chem Launcher and Seeker Mines. It does not work at all for those. So don't utilize it on that. This is perfect for, because as you guys can see, when in combat, each skill generates a stack while active. So they'll both be active, okay? But not on cooldown. So when you shoot them, it doesn't really work. So that's why it works perfect with the hive and the drone. So make sure to utilize kinetic momentum. It's incredible. Then the holster, future initiative, again, repair skills. We don't have to explain that too much. The backpack, I've gone for Alp Summit because we get 20% repair skills, the best one piece available. Then we have maxed out repair skills. Lovely, more repair skills there. Crit chance could have been higher, but it's okay. Companion, this will be working with Faraday Field, and I'll be close to my hive, which means I will always have 15% more weapon damage. There are other options available, but this works because I like to utilize Faraday Field, especially in PvP. So make sure you guys use this. It's nice damage all the time. Then on the gloves, I've gone for Cheska. Honestly, guys, headshot damage, so it helps my preservation proc on the gun. Remember that. And crit chance. It's very nice. Perfect gloves. Now you can put out whatever you want. You can even potentially put this and get armor on kill. You can stack it. I think this build will give a lot of people some ideas, which is very nice. So Rnk Kneepads. Now remember, we want to have weapon damage on this. Crit chance, hazard, maybe a bit of hazard will help, but incoming repairs has now been changed. It only applies to your healing skills that heal you. So we will be getting more healing from this one piece, which is why I've gone this way instead of 2 Murakami. So make sure to utilize this. It's or 2511. This is very, very good. It's easy to get, one piece, great. Make sure to use Rnk. So if we look quickly at the skills, put your best mods on the striker, damage, duration, or health. Make sure to do it. I'm hitting for 32k, which is not great, but it does get stacked. I think I can hit about 140k when it's all stacked, which is okay. It's not bad. I mean, that's pretty decent damage considering we have a hybrid. And remember, Future Perfect will give us more damage, more skill tiers, sorry. So we can actually obtain the maxed out skill tiers very easily. And you could potentially even have one less skill and one more red, depending on how much you want to abuse this. So you can see where I'm coming from. There's various ways of playing with this and changing it up. The hive is going to heal me for a lot. I'm getting healed for 319,000, which is really, really good. Even in PvP, it helps my team. Remember to put repair charges as your mods. Don't forget about that. Then we've got stats. I'll go over the stats for you guys now. I've got 48% crit chance, 60% crit damage. We can one mag a heroic NPC with this. But remember, I could potentially have 60% crit chance. It's a bit of a shame. Or I can even roll the Grupo Sombra chess piece mod slot to red and put an extra crit chance mod. It depends, but I'm happy with the way it is. Like I said, I've just recently made this build, be testing it for a few hours, so it's not perfect yet. Let's roll down the way here and have a look. You guys can just have a look and see for yourselves. I'm not going to talk too much about it. Defense, we've got 20% incoming repairs, which is great, but remember our repair skills are so ridiculously high, so don't worry about that. The drone, it's all here. Don't you guys worry about skill haste. That don't mean anything. We don't need skill haste in this build. The hive is so good. They regen so fast. One little stem from your hive will heal you pretty much fully, so you don't need to use it unless you want to really abuse it. Then you might have to wait and cover a minute or two or something to get it back, but I don't feel a need to go into skill haste. Like I said, you can if you want to, but I don't recommend it, especially with my kind of playstyle. I can hit the headshots pretty quick and get them killed very easily, so it's up to you guys, especially on console. Maybe you need more skill haste. It depends what kind of content you're doing as well. Hive as well, we've gone over. We've got a nice amount of charges. It's all good. Let's just quickly go over, I didn't mention the skill tier. So we do have a tier 4, so it does help us a lot. Remember, tier 6 will be obtained with 2 kills, which is really nice. So make sure you guys utilize this as well. So I love this build. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's really nice hybrid, and it's actually my favorite hybrid so far. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Remember what I've said though. And yeah, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, agents.